Hey guys, what's going on? It's Carter, and in this episode of Walking One Take, I want to talk about portions, and specifically whenever you're going out to restaurants. And so 99% of the time when people are struggling with their weight, it has something to do with eating too many calories. I wouldn't say rarely, but it's a lot less common to find someone who's eating an appropriate amount of calories and gaining weight, because that usually means that they have some kind of metabolic issue, like an actual genetic issue, or they're just so incredibly sedentary that they just need so few calories to maintain their weight that anything extra makes them gain weight obsessively. But typically what happens is people are just eating too much food. And not only that, the majority of the people who are eating too much food are doing it because they're eating too large of portion sizes. Because normally what you're going to see is if you're eating bigger portions, naturally you're going to be eating more calories because you're just eating more food in general. And what sucks about this is that most people don't even realize they're doing that. And that's why, people gain 30 pounds and they're like, how the heck did that happen? And didn't even realize it. Like, they didn't feel like they were eating too much. And the biggest issue is that our society nowadays, there was a documentary called Super Size Me that I'm sure you've seen before about McDonald's. But at some point in the documentary, he shows how in the last couple of decades, how the serving sizes of our foods have just increased like crazy. Like what used to be a small, or what's considered a small now, used to be considered a large or an extra large or something like that. And so it's just kind of happened mindlessly over time. And you can even go into like a convenience store, and like if you look at like the bags of M&Ms or like the Reese cups, like they're bigger than they used to be. And it's just kind of this slow burn. And what you're seeing is people are getting naturally bigger and bigger. And the problem is because we don't really base our hunger or our fullness on calories or the energy that we're eating, but more so on portion sizes and the portion sizes that we're given. And so I'll give you an example. Whenever you go out to a restaurant to eat and you get they bring you your meal, typically you consume most, if not the entire meal, regardless of how large it is. And the calories from meal to meal can vary. I mean, it doesn't take that much. The chef could use more oil one time or less oil, or give you more pasta or less, or whatever it is. And your body wouldn't really recognize it based on the calories. You would just guess that there's food in this plate, and the food that's in this plate is one portion. And so the problem just becomes, typically the food that you're getting served at a restaurant is normally a very large portion, and it's upwards of 1,000 plus calories. And this is where people get in trouble. They stack that on top of their normal diet during the day, and you can see why it's easy to gain weight. And so my advice for this video, because there are a number of ways that you can fix this, like with my clients and with myself, and for most people who I give advice to for losing weight, I recommend tracking nutrition and actually weighing out food for a while, just so you learn about proper portion sizes, and you quickly realize that a lot of what you're eating, or the amounts of what you're eating, are decided on the size of the plate or the situation you're in, or by family influence or what you're used to. But once you actually start to see the calories in food and what proper portion sizes are, you quickly realize, okay, I've been eating way too much food. But that takes a lot more time to get used to, and it's really easy, and I have plenty of articles on my site that teach you how to do that. But for this video, I just want to give you some advice that you can start implementing right now. Maybe you're going out to dinner tonight, so you can start implementing this video, or the advice in this video tonight. And so it's really simple, and what I want you to do is just eat 15 to 20% less at your meal. And so I'll give you the best example of how to do this. Whatever you order, it doesn't matter. Let's say you just order spaghetti and meatballs from, let's say you're going to Olive Garden and you order spaghetti and meatballs. Whenever they bring out that plate, ask for a to-go box, and then put, 20%, 15 or 20% based on how much they brought you out. Put that into the to-go box, and then just close it, and then just act like you're taking it home for later. And so this kind of accomplishes two things. One, you're not wasting food because you can eat it. You can actually eat that food later. And two, you're not really going to get strange looks because you could act like you weren't very hungry in the first place or whatever. And so no one would question you putting the food in the box. Like, it's a lot easier to do that than say, oh, yes, server, can you please tell the chef to use 25% less food than he normally does? Like, that's just silly. And then obviously you'll have that food for later, so you kind of get 2 meals. But yeah, so this is a trick that, not really a trick, but a like a hack. I don't even know. It's something that I used whenever I was losing weight, and I still use to this day. Like, if a meal comes out and it's huge and way more than I thought it would be, I just normally cut it in half or something like that, and then eat half of it now or in the moment, and then save the other half for later. And so you kind of save money doing it too. So hopefully this video was useful. Again, normally if you're having trouble losing weight and you feel like you're eating like good nutrition and you're not really sure where it's at, take a look at your portion sizes and really think about like how many calories you're eating in all of your meals, because normally that's a very sneaky way for calories to get in, or through portion sizes and having unrealistic expectations of what appropriate portion sizes actually are. So hopefully this video was useful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.